A storm of historic proportions sweeps up the eastern seaboard, bringing blizzard conditions and heavy snow from the southeast to New England.
We have live team coverage in New York with Jill Brown, and Jeff Morrow reports from Washington, D.C. This is a special edition of Weatherscope this afternoon. Stay with us.
This is a special edition of Weatherscope with the latest winter storm update.
A crippling snowstorm continues to paralyze the Northeast. Heavy snow falls at the rate of 3 to 4 inches an hour, and we want to go right to the satellite photo, the radar loop, and show you what's going on. And there's still a lot of snow to come down, especially around the New York City area. It's been snowing at the rate of 2 to 3 inches in Philadelphia. And those of you in Philadelphia, you have broken your all-time 24-hour snow record now with over 23 inches. It's still adding up, and it's still snowing in Baltimore, and it's still snowing in Washington. And the Weather Channel's Jeff Morrow has been reporting live from Washington. We joined him first last night. It had just begun to snow, and now, Jeff, he's literally buried in the blizzard in the nation's capital. What's going on right now, Jeff?
Dear Mike, and it's got a lot colder here. The wind chill getting pretty brutal. We have a lot of snow and blowing snow right now. This is probably the bitterest, I'd have to say, it has been all day. Earlier in the day, even though it was snowing hard, then we had some sleet. There were a lot of folks out either cross-country skiing or just playing in the snow, had their dogs out playing Frisbee, believe it or not. But that's all gone now. Everybody's gone home except us, and it is very bitter out here. Wind chill well below zero. And even though the accumulating snow had stopped pretty much during the middle part and the latter part of the afternoon, it looks like the snow picking up now may give us another couple of inches before this storm is ready to finally let its grip go on the D.C. area.
And as far as closings tomorrow, I'm assuming schools and a big part of the D.C. area is going to be shut down.
Yeah, the airports, actually, BWI, National Airport and Dulles were all shut down today, and I believe they're going to be shut down tonight. That is subject to change, so you might want to call ahead to your airline to make sure if you have a flight in or out of there. But from what we heard, the airports are still shut down till tomorrow, and the schools all around this area, just about all of them are shut down as well.
Okay, Jeff, hang in there. We'll check back with you in 30 minutes. That's the Weather Channel's Jeff Morrow live, reporting from the mall just down the street from the Capitol in Washington. Now some snowfall totals, and here's how we stand, and some of these are certainly being added up by the hour. These are as of an hour ago, 6 Eastern, and we've gotten additional snow in since then. But Philadelphia, once again, a 24-hour, an all-time 24-hour snowfall record at Philadelphia International now, almost 2 feet. Roanoke and Lynchburg. If you're traveling down Interstate 81, forget it. No doubt that interstate is just basically shut down with drifting and blowing snow, almost 2 feet there. Washington at National, 13 inches, but you go out in the suburbs, out there in Loudoun County, Fairfax County, out around Dulles Airport, nearly 20 inches of snow, and 13 inches right now at LaGuardia, and it's been snowing at LaGuardia in New York City and Queens at the rate of 3 to 4 inches an hour. And Jill Brown, she has been staked out in Central Park in New York through the afternoon. Jill, 3 to 4 inches an hour. We're fortunate we can even get you in on the old satellite.
I think we feel fortunate, too. We feel fortunate that we're in New York City where things don't close down. We're on the south end of Central Park at this time, and we have about 50 blocks of Central Park to block the wind, which has helped a little bit, but you can see it's still blustery. This is a light snow, very dry snow, plenty of snow. Take a look at this. Yeah, for snow lovers, they're going to love this. Again, nice and fluffy. Not going to make too many snowballs out of it. We do have a bench back here, which you can hardly see any longer, but if we can get down to the bottom of the bench, you can see here we've got a little igloo going and maybe almost a foot of snow at this point, and of course it's still coming down right into our faces. And we expect to continue to see the heavy snow, of course, through this evening. Pretty much everything is canceled. No reason to come into the city, although I've heard that conditions on the London Tunnel, the Holland Tunnel, as of the last time I heard, we're still okay. And they are telling people stay off the roadways. If you're on the roadways, you should have four-wheel drive or even chains, which I'm sure aren't used very often around here.
Okay, Jill, we're getting some problems. It's snowing so hard, and there's been some snow on your satellite dish. We're having a little bit of problem receiving you, but it's Jill Brown from the Weather Channel live in New York City. We'll check back in about 30 minutes. Now we want to show you some of the snowfall totals. This has been a paralyzing, crippling storm, and it continues to snow very hard in the northeast quarter. Take a look. This is our storm history since Friday night. Now, most of it fell from last night until this afternoon and this evening, and you can see a wide area of 12+, especially hard hit the Shenandoah Valley in through the mountains of West Virginia. These areas here have had upwards of 3 feet of snow, and it's still snowing, and it's going to snow tomorrow, at least snow shower-wise, back through the ski resorts of West Virginia. There's our low. Now it's trying to bring that warm air in. Because of that, earlier today we've had some sleet and freezing rain in Norfolk, Virginia Beach, up towards Salisbury, even sleet around Dover, Delaware, over to National Airport. Maybe some sleet and freezing rain mixing in around Atlantic City this evening. But we think it's going to be all snow New York up to Boston. The Cape's going to get hit pretty hard as this storm really winds up, and as it goes on by, drags down the cold air. It's already cold. Temperatures are basically in the teens and low 20s at this point across the Northeast. Here's our satellite perspective, and you can see that moisture feeding right up the eastern seaboard from the Gulf of Mexico. The Gulf Stream out here is very warm. Temperatures are running in the 60s to near 70, and that has helped fuel this storm, and it's becoming a real, certainly a nuisance and a crippling event. All the way from I-81 in the Shenandoah Valley up around D.C., Montgomery County and out into PG County. Then as you head up to Philadelphia, that's where it's been snowing at 2 to 3 inches an hour. You can see the snows now in Boston, Hartford, Long Island.
Well, do I need to even say anything about this map? I mean, really, it's just ridiculous out here, from Boston southward to Philadelphia, New York included. How about Fort Belvoir near Washington, D.C.? 3 inches of snow this past hour. In Philadelphia, we're working on 2 inches this hour. It's unbelievable. It's a storm that is making history. Record snowfalls for a 24-hour period in Philadelphia, also Roanoke, Lynchburg, Virginia, even Cincinnati on the other side of the mountains. That's how intense this storm is. This storm is going to be a major factor for travelers here on Monday and Monday night, particularly here in southern New England. Snow tapering off to just windy and extremely cold conditions. In behind it, winds are gusting all the way down into Miami. Northwest winds, you're into this Arctic air mass. But this will be the last Arctic cold air mass that we have over the eastern half of the country for the rest of the week. Isn't that nice? In the west, we've got mild weather, some fog here. Some of this mild weather will spread east. But then there comes next weekend and that forecast.